Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the eCommerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart, Mroz, and John Suder. The eCommerce Minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's eCommerce Minute episode 634.
In today's episode, Google acquires Pointy, a startup that aids local retailers.
Have you ever Googled a store and then suddenly a pop-up sidebar appears containing info about products that store currently has in stock? The company responsible for that little invention is a startup called Pointy, and Google just acquired them. Pointy built hardware and software technology to help physical retailers that might not already have an extensive e-commerce storefront get their products discoverable online without any extra work. Pointy sells retailers a way to have their inventory visible in Google searches or on Google Maps, and Google see what's in store pages to customers nearby who are searching for those particular items. It is designed to drive customers into stores, not to drive online sales. Pointy and Google have been working together since 2018 when the former was part of a bigger push that the search giant was making into building tools for brick-and-mortar merchants. At the time, Pointy's primary product was a piece of hardware that plugged into the company's point-of-sale barcode scanning units so that every time a retailer scanned its products at the point of sale, it would upload the products online, including quantities, and then keep stock numbers up to date with every purchase that was made and scanned in. Then a user who might be searching for that product online might come across those details through Google search results. The hardware sells for around $700, but Pointy also has a free app that integrates with specific POS devices from Clover, Square, Lightspeed, Vend, Liberty, Woo POS, BestRx, and CashRx POS, removing the need for hardware. Each item is optimized for Google search, so when shoppers are looking for something like tablecloths near me, the store's inventory appears along with its Google business profile. Hopefully, this acquisition results in huge improvements for local retailers and a strengthened marketplace for Google. The companies are not disclosing financial terms of the deal, but a source tells TechCrunch it's around 147 euros, which comes out to 163 million American dollars. Pretty cool. Yeah, no.
It's funny because they're on the integrated of all the new school POS systems because the old school POS systems suck.
Right.
Can't do integrations in them anyway. This is interesting. I mean, it's good for little tiny stores, I guess.
I never heard of this.
Me neither. But I mean, these kind of things are coming out more and more and more. It's just, it's a little tiny. Like, there's also the readers who are like what your foot traffic looks like, cameras. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can integrate.
Right, into your POS, you're saying.
Yeah, into your POS. Or like, look at your actual tracking. I mean, if you think about it, a small new store should have the brand new sort of POS system with, e-commerce and all that stuff kind of built in.
And with companies like Square making it easy and more cost efficient, I mean, you've got to buy a POS system no matter what. The old days of the hand crank cash register from the candy store are over. I mean, if you don't have this kind of technology in a store, you're going to get crushed. And I think this is great for the small businesses. But this is really super interesting, actually. So if you look at a screenshot of this, so Brittany, you stuck in the notes this place called Talbot's Toyland. If you search Talbot's Toyland, you'll see there's a little box on the bottom right of the Google search page, and it shows you exactly what inventory is there. I think that is really cool. And I think it's...
I think that's great for, especially, I think there's more and more, people look at retail, right? I think more boutique stores are going to take a resurgence.
Yeah.
overall instead of the big ones, right? Because that's what you want. You want the shopping in smaller stores or local stores, right?
Yeah, and I think you make a great point there, in that someone could be searching for something that's not, I want toilet bowl cleaner. What do you think is going to come up first? You're going to get Walmart and Target first, but
Right.
for something that's like a great example is this toy store. You're looking for a certain card game, and if you find out that it's this toy store that's very near to you, you're more likely to go shop there, and I'm all for that. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what Pointy and Google are fighting is Amazon, where 2/3 of U.S. shoppers start their product searches, according to eMarketer, and I will agree with that.
We all do.
Yeah, corner store owners and U.S. Secretary of Treasury Stephen Mnuchin alike have complained that Amazon stomps on small businesses. Pointy can't guarantee it'll change search habits, but it will help send shoppers to local retailers. I applaud this acquisition by Google, and good for the founders.
Yeah, hopefully it does push into smaller, nicer stores.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we will keep an eye on this Pointy one. Do a little stat time. Pointy said it enjoyed rapid growth in the United States, reaching its 2019 goal of 10,000 stores, or 1% of U.S. retailers using Pointy. Wow, and we never heard of this. Like, where was I?
Whoever was on Google's team that did this was pretty sharp to acquire Pointy.
I mean, listen to this. Listen to this stat: 10% of U.S. pet stores, 9% of toy stores, and 5% of hardware stores are Pointy clients.
Yeah, that's because they probably have the new POS system
built in.
Yeah,
so
it's not even built in. Right.
Got it. Like, so it's a little misleading. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably add-ons that they can have, and it's kind of like,
yeah, sure.
Just click this. Right. Yeah, sure, give it to me.
Yeah, just throw it on there. The global market for POS terminals reached $62.34 billion with a B in 2018. Experts predict that it will grow at a CAGR of 7.8% from 2019 to 2025. That's according to Finance Online. All right, guys, got any more pointed comments?
Pointy questions? No.
Pointed comments.
Our tone has been pointed this whole time.
It's rather pointy. All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media at SUMO Heavy.